Tropics remain extremely active. We still remain nearly quiet here along the northern Gulf Coast. We love it. We do have a lot more heat in the forecast, though. Today it's back in the upper 90s after some brief reprieve yesterday. We stayed in the low 90s. We'll be to 98 this afternoon. Heat index values 108 to 110, so heat advisory is in effect. And our red flag warning continues. That's your fire weather warning continues as no burning allowed. It is dry and hot. We've got a good recipe for wildfires again. Winds will still be about 10 to 15 miles an hour. We do have a few showers this morning still from our tropical storm Harold down in the Gulf of Mexico. That's about the extent of what we're going to see from it, mainly along the coast. Some showers. Further north you go, you're going to miss most of the rain, so no big rain chances for today. Here is the latest as of our 4 a.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center on Tropical Storm Harold. It's sitting about 150 miles off of the coast of Texas, where it'll make landfall later this morning, and it's sitting about 400 miles away from New Orleans, so far enough away we're not really going to feel any impacts, but you can see they're already getting some outer bands of rain and gusty winds moving into the Texas coastline from Corpus Christi all the way down to Brownsville. Landfall will likely be in between Corpus and Brownsville, near Port Mansfield. That'll be once again later this morning. I wouldn't be surprised if it strengthens a little bit more. While it's not in the perfect environment, anytime circulation starts to interact with the land there, it can help tighten up that vortex. I wouldn't be surprised if it's making landfall as a stronger tropical storm later on this morning. You can see the track here. The tropical storm force winds in yellow. They extend well away from the cone, of course, up through Corpus Christi. Could have some tropical storm force winds and down towards Brownsville as well. It'll be short-lived once it makes its way inland, and unfortunately this just is not going to be beneficial rain for the majority of Texas. It'll be mainly confined down to the extreme southern part of the state there, and Texas is in just about of a drought as we are currently, and boy do they need the rain. The rest of the tropics, we got them lined up. Franklin, Gert, Invest 92 has a chance to try to develop, but really Franklin's going to be the only one in the near term that's impactful. It's starting to make a turn up towards the Dominican Republic, and that's where most of the impacts are going to be felt from Franklin by later tomorrow and into Wednesday as it makes that turn to the north. You can see they're traveling right over the island there and staying just far enough away from Puerto Rico that they don't have major concerns, but some rain. Parts of Dominican Republic could pick up over 6 to 8 inches of rain, so flooding threat there, and then makes a meandered a little crawl out in the Atlantic, maybe a hurricane. Bermuda needs to keep an eye on this as we go into next week. Next name on the list, by the way, now that we've checked off 4 in the past 2 days, been wild. Adelia will be the next name, and then Jose and Katia are the next names on the list. Our weather still dominated by our heat ridge. Our main story this week locally is going to continue to be the dangerous heat. But next week, by Tuesday, we may see that ridge break down enough, and this really isn't the pattern you want to see going into the peak of the season, because anytime the ridge breaks down and you get a weakness up here to the north, that can help pull anything that does exist down here. Not saying there will be anything down there into next week, but this is the type of pattern that makes you go, okay, wait a minute, we got to watch this. Really, though, the heat is our main story. 102 tomorrow, 101 Thursday, near 100 all the way into at least Sunday and Monday, and then maybe next Tuesday is when that ridge starts to break down slightly. But tomorrow has the potential to be our hottest day we have seen since the 1980s. 102 is the hottest temp we've ever recorded out at the airport, and we could tie that tomorrow. So Leslie, we're lucky the tropics are quiet locally, but boy, do we have some heat to get through this week.